GM everyone, welcome back to another Market Mates episode. It's good to be with you guys. Lots happening on chain today, which we'll discuss. A bit of disparity happening on chain, which is really interesting because as the title alludes to, smart money is doing things that dumb money isn't, and it's just interesting. But one could argue what is smart money, and one could argue what is dumb money. So it'll be a great conversation today. Probably a shorter stream today, guys, because we are obviously jumping on with Bren in about an hour and a bit, actually, after this stream. So, we'll probably go for maybe 40, 45 minutes today just to keep it nice and short and sweet. Craig, mate, how you doing on this fine Wednesday morning? Apparently, there's a lot of rain coming our way later this week. So I don't know if you know that, but be prepared for that. How are you today?
Yeah, GM Greeny, GM Mates, hello. Thanks for everyone for pulling up. Fueled by thank you to Macca's today for this coffee. Thank you very much. Dude, meant to rain heaps. My wife was telling me yesterday for the next 7 days or something, it's meant to be torrential rain. It's sunny here now, but I'm like, oh, here we go again, man. Because when this place gets wet, Jesus, man, it rains hard. Dude, happy Wednesday. There's quite a bit on the timeline at the moment, actually, that I'm just kind of going through now. But just bear market stuff, people crashing out, people calling out scammers. It's like I see Sam Bankman-Fried on the timeline saying,
Why is he on my timeline? Anthropic news, yes, but the other stuff, what?
Yeah, say the big fella's back. Although I don't know if it's him or an intern or someone else running the account. I think it is. But anywho, so dude. Good morning, everyone. Greeny, how is your day, man? How's your day going?
I mean, look, honestly, I've had an emotional past week. I've had a few things, obviously, in GTG that I'm trying to build out and restructure. So that's been quite something I've been to work on. We obviously bought a house, so that's obviously an emotional journey in itself, and organizing all that, waiting to hear that finance is approved, waiting to hear that building a pest is okay with the house. Otherwise, you probably then have to say, sorry, we're not interested because of ABC or something. So there's a bit of I'll find out more about that all tomorrow. So it's only another 24 hours or so, and maybe a little bit longer, and we start to know where we're sitting and if we're all good. So exciting times, but emotional times. And it's been hard to try and build out GTG and trade. I haven't been trading actively at the moment, purely because, I've been focusing on so many things at the moment. So, it'd be interesting to see, how the market responds here. But again, like we've said for a while, Craig, it's a bear market. And during bear market periods, you have ample time. It's not like you're going to be missing out on anything specifically. Sure, you might miss the odd runner, but it's been like that theme literally for the past year. So for me, I don't feel like I'm missing out on too much, because I know that there will always be another opportunity, and arguably the better opportunities will probably come in later 26 and into 2027. And I'm a patient man.
Yeah, I'm the same, dude. I don't think you're missing a heck of a lot by not being very active at the moment. I think if anything, you're probably saving yourself a bit of heartbreak. Trading now, you see the odd meme coin run, and I see the odd person on the timeline shilling shitters. Man. Anywho, you know what I mean. There's the odd runner, and you're like, oh God.
Yesterday, people were talking about base AI season yesterday.
Right. Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, here we go again. That meme. Oh boy, here we go. The timeline's active. I see people, the algo seems a bit better, so that's nice.
Dude, the algo is good now. I think it's a great time to be posting on Twitter if you're in CT.
If you put up, I'm noticing at the moment, if you put up some good takes, they do catch now.
Dude,
they do catch.
I've seen viral. I can't say this word. Virality.
Cinnamon.
I've seen viral posts so often over the past week or so, and Min's been going viral.
Dude, he's gone.
This killer BTC guy that I followed for a while, he went giga viral. I had a Magic Eden shit post go viral, 50K views. So it's a good time to post, but it feels not. It obviously shows you how suppressed Nikita made it, sort of towards the end of last year of the time, because there's no he switched it back on more recently. He said, yeah, it's back, welcome back, blah blah blah, and you notice it. It is arguably definitely back. I've noticed great engagement, which is fantastic, right? Because CT would it would have to be one of the most dominant communities on Twitter in worldwide. Like it is like, and there's that many. Like that's the thing. Like I remember Zeneca, for example, told me of an example once where he met another NFT bro a few years back, and he had like what 350,000 followers. Zeneca does. And he met this NFT bro that had 200,000 followers, and they had never crossed paths on the Twitter timeline. That just shows you how elaborate CT is, and we're talking nearly over 500,000 people follow these two these two guys, and they had never crossed paths or integrated like their content and anything. So that just shows you CT is massive, and it's nice that we're starting to see rewards. Cooker actually commented on one of my tweets this morning, Craig, when I woke up. He was asking me about my hyperliquid analysis and why I was targeting $23 rather than $26. And I was like, well, it's an order block. Order blocks are more important than Fibonacci levels. But as always, you see what price does at that specific Fibonacci level or that FVG that's there. And from there, we then make a decision. So that was wild. Like that guy's like he's fallen off since he started launching tokens and started shilling a lot of rubbish. But yeah, it was interesting that like he's never been on my timeline before. So the fact he commented on my post is interesting.
Yeah. Who's that dude? Which handle?
Oh, he's a guy from Asia who runs his own trading community and he's one of the guys who used to trade a lot of shitcoins, and then from there he went to launching shitcoins. So wait, am I on his profile?
Yeah, you are. Okay.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, he doxed at like some event last year, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's what he looks like." Blah blah. So yeah, he commented on one of my hyperliquid posts this morning. So that was interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, what people need to understand here too, like I'm posting like realistic takes, right? Most altcoins will never recover and heading to zero in time. Like say countless more examples of this. The amount of people that are like, bro, it's so fast. It's the fastest chain out there. It's better than Sol, better than Sui. I'm like, that does not mean price go up, right? And I think, where is it? I commented on one here. I don't know where it is. Like, but it's just the hate. Stop being in it during COVID. The chain link was what? Like, dude, people are just so emotional that it shows me we have so long to go in this bear market. I keep blocking people. Like, I've never blocked these bots like at such a fast rate on Twitter. It's actually nice to cleanse your timeline a little bit. Yeah. But one of the comments was, it was something like FUD here. FUDding my bags for no reason. I said, realistic analysis isn't FUD, it's education. You didn't give any analysis. I did. It said it's going lower, bruv. I did we'll never recover heading to zero in time. That is analysis. Lower lows, bro.
Anyway. Man. Imagine holding an altcoin and someone puts up a chart like that and you're like, stop saying things about it. It's like, well, what could I possibly say that's favorable, bro? Like,
you'll bid after studying. Oh, this is why so many people who watch or involved in crypto never make it. They never make it, man, which is just so sad because shit like this is going to zero. Sure, this will do exactly what AVAX did this cycle, Craig. It'll do exactly what Link did this cycle and have a little pump up into here and everyone be like, oh, it's so back in 2027. It's so back. It's running to all-time high. No, buddy. This is not running back. This is not the new evolution of technology. This is not where people are going to migrate to. People hate Solana now. Like as if they're going to go to Sui and Say and trade over there, right? So I will trade trends. Hence why I love to long and short, because it keeps you so unemotional and it's not spot heavy at all. I will buy spot Bitcoin. I will probably buy spot Hyperliquid. I'll buy spot some other things. But that's about it, Craig. Majority of this, I will look to swing trade. And if you can capture some longs, then that's the beauty of a bear market trade. So I'm excited. But moving on to trending topics today, SBS has filed for new trial in Southern District of New York. I don't know why. Like, there's no reason. Yeah, so the primary issue remains the irregularities that compromise the entire sector. I don't know. Filing for a new. Yeah, I mean, these are AI responses. Do you think he will? Yeah, no. I mean, this is interesting. It's what's happening. He's gone viral as well for putting in $500 million into Anthropic a few years ago, which would now be worth $70 billion. He
Shucks,
held
man.
60 million in Solana at $8. That would have been 2.1 billion at the top. He put 100 million into some random labs that would be now worth over 800 million. He invested in Robinhood and held 7.5 stake, which would now be worth 10 billion. Instead, everything got seized before they went up, and he missed out on $80 billion of profit. Pretty crazy, Craig. That news.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I was like, yeah, it's an interesting one, his case, isn't it? It's hard to know what the truth is, but when money's involved, I mean, maybe he was taken out, or used as the scapegoat, and then the lawyers and bureaucracy in the background was just pilfering the money, and the lawyers and things like that. So I think he look. He was, I mean, it's his name. He was FTX, right? So I guess it was on his watch. I probably agree in some ways that he was probably a bit of a scapegoat. This young kid. I mean, I always found it strange he was given the key so easily to things, which normally happens when they're going to take someone down. They go, here, do this, and he gets given this fame and so much media and all this money and blah, blah, blah. And then eventually they get taken out because it's just some crazy kid, right? The news puts out that story. And yeah, I mean, look at him in that photo. So sad.
It's probably AI oriented.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, dude. Yeah, I guess his court case, what he's bringing out is for him trying to show that he wasn't the mastermind or ringleader or things like that. Poor dude. He's pretty young to be going away for stuff like that, man. It's like, ugh. But people got wrecked. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to unfold, but yeah, a lot of people got hurt, I guess. So someone's got to do the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And it won't be me.
But for 80 billion of missed profits, it's quite a lot of. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, imagine sitting in your cell thinking about that, man.
Yeah. I wonder if he knows if these are all starting to launch or not.
Yeah, isn't he in jail? Isn't he in the same jail as Diddy?
Is he actually? Actually, I think you're right. I think I read that the other day.
And Epstein, all of them were in some.
Well, I mean, Epstein's gone now, but yeah, that's it's an interesting, the New York prison. Moving on to the next topic. This is where it gets really interesting because the next couple of articles really, it's just fascinating what on-chain trends are currently emerging in crypto. Okay, so we often speak about ETF inflow and outflow, and I think a lot of people misinterpret this as an indicator. I think, look, there will be obviously funds and people who have wealth that are buying via ETFs, but historically, ETFs are a way that retail participants, so everyday sort of people, right? Craig's parents, my parents, those sort of people would rather get access to it because they don't have to set up a wallet or set up an exchange and buy the asset directly on that exchange or that wallet. So ETFs, in my opinion, are a glorified version of what retail participants already kind of do. And majority of the time, they just buy the top and they sell the bottom and they wonder why they don't make any money. So really interestingly, US Bitcoin ETF registered back-to-back inflows for the first time in a month. So they're starting to buy the dip, Craig, for the first time that we have noticed in a while. I think the lesson from this is I think people are really switching on to the fact, because of the lack of no altcoin season in the last cycle, people are really switching on to the fact that Bitcoin is king. And accumulating Bitcoin is the alpha. I think that's the takeaway here. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. And I think, I mean, that's something that you and I realized. I think it probably takes one cycle. It takes one cycle to come in and trade, and you'll realize that you probably would have had a more stress-free, possibly even better profits if you had just bought Bitcoin during the bull. For most people, that's probably would have had a better outcome than trying to trade, say you took a pot of 5 altcoins, right? Yeah. Versus say just focusing, if you're retail, focusing on Bitcoin, watching the chart, trade that, buying the bears, selling the bull, versus trying to juggle meme coins as well. And as you slowly work that out, yeah, I think people will come to understand Bitcoin's number one. And that's probably, I guess, as more and more people come to the space and more people realize that, I'm more bullish on Bitcoin. Because that's the realization I had from my first cycle. You probably had a similar one. And that's a story I hear time and time again. Look at PO, when people have just been in the market a little while, you start to go, hang on, because you've seen that magic trick so many times. Like, look over here, we got faster transactions. That was the big one, right? Faster transactions. Everyone used to froth on that in 21. Like, that was like, and you see those charts or that infographic of the different information going, oh, look how fast it is on Solana. And then it's like, look at Say. It's like, who cares? Who cares? Like, the price didn't really care, did it?
No.
So, yeah, I think it's, I guess the space is maturing. And again, I think all roads lead to Bitcoin. So I think as people, normies, become educated, they will, I think they'll understand Bitcoin better and what it is, what its purpose is, and that it's got a pretty good future ahead of it versus every single other alt or meme. I think the future's unknown. Bitcoin's future is a little bit unknown, but it's a lot.
Well, it is. It always is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I mean, you could maybe say Ethereum's a little bit more stable as well. I'd probably maybe not quite put that in that category, but all the other alts and meme coins, dude, could probably die, and the crypto space will be just fine. What are they solving?
No, I agree. A random point. Twitter changed the way live videos go out because I had to manually share the stream.
I just did it before. Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, I know. I saw it too, and I was quick to go share it as well.
It hides it. Like our Market Mates one isn't even shared, so I'm gonna have to log into that account.
It's got that one, isn't it?
Dude, are you serious, Nikita?
Yeah,
what the hell are you doing? Like, why change something that works so well?
Yeah, that's going to be annoying if that's the case moving forwards. What's up, Rocky? Thanks for pulling up. Crypto, cryo. Is it cryo shard?
I don't know. Hold on.
Cryo shard. Fuck. Yeah, frustrating, eh? They're always tinkering with this algorithm, and it annoys me, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I posted on that channel now too. Okay, cool. Yeah. Moving on to the next topic. U.S. government isn't poised to sweep Bitcoin, despite Jim Cramer. I mean, how realistic is he as a news slash?
Yeah, he's a meme in himself.
Yeah, he's a meme in himself.
He's a legend, dude. He's a legend. I love the fact his calls are a meme. I'd love that was mine. I'd laugh.
Yeah,
but no.
I mean, he got that weekend bearish right, Craig, and he said Monday's going to be bearish, and we broke down and haven't looked back since then, really. So he got one right.
He did. He's been calling that for like years, though, man. Yeah, it's like eventually, it's. I mean, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did call it. He did call it. That's so funny. Yeah, he's a terrible gauge on the market.
So news here being that Bitcoin hit 60K. Apparently, Donald Trump has not started his Bitcoin reserve yet. It doesn't yet exist, even though the CNBC host says the Fed will start filling it when BTC hits 60. Well, BTC already hit 60. Did they not have their limit orders set up like Greeny did, hey? Come on, friend. I'm out trading the U.S. economy, the president of the United States, and out trading Michael Saylor and Tom Lee as well. So they should hire me. They should really hire me.
All the money in the world, eh?
Yeah, no, crazy. Yeah. The recent drama over Bitcoin slide was made more puzzling over the weekend as markets sought to figure out a rumor shared by CNBC's Jim Cramer that President Donald Trump would start filling his Bitcoin reserve if the asset dropped to 60,000. The situation with the reserve, though, is that it hasn't been established. And it probably needs congressional action before it goes ahead. Trump administration officials have said the government isn't planning on spending taxpayer funds to buy crypto. Interesting. They're not going to do that. That's probably bearish, but bullish in the long term, in my opinion. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said last week that he has no authority to bail out Bitcoin. Bail out Bitcoin, bro. I was chatting to a friend. So this friend, we've known each other for a long time, 15 years. And he and I joined crypto at the same time. He bought in Bitcoin at 3K. He sold it at 20K. And then he's never looked at it again. And he's overseas at the moment. We were talking this morning. And he was like, oh, I saw Bitcoin dumped a lot. I said, yeah, I just bought a lot in the past week. He's like, maybe I should dabble again. I said, look, to be honest, it's down 50% from its high. Like, it's a separate asset to property, it's a separate asset to stocks, it's a separate asset to gold. It's worth a hedge, even if that's the reason you hold it. But I was like, obviously, I'm very bullish. So it's interesting that my mate who made money way back in 2017, Craig, is considering buying Bitcoin again in 2026. That's interesting. That's interesting.
That is interesting. Did he sell all of his Bitcoin at 20?
Yeah, he's savvy. So he's very savvy, very good with all economic sort of stuff. But yeah, he sold all his Bitcoin, got out. He's like very risk volatile. He's not as risk on as I am. That's for sure.
Yeah, he wasn't tempted to come back in the recent bull run.
Nah. Didn't see value there. I think he bought a house. They were traveling. They got married. So probably a different time. Now that they have traveled, now that they have got married, maybe he's like, oh, okay, maybe it's time to buy a bit of Bitcoin again. I was like, I bought some. I was like, I'll load it up. I can't wait to load up more below 65 is when I start to get pretty greedy again.
No, I welcome him back with open arms, man. Tell him to come and buy some Bitcoin. Tell him to bring his friends, man, his nearest and dearest. Tell them all. No, that's actually really interesting. I put up a tweet last night asking what price people would start to, I haven't even read all the comments yet, but what price does Bitcoin have to be to get you to buy, right? And I think the general consensus from what I read is probably about 60K is what people are kind of eyeing now, which is probably why we got such a massive response at that level. It's probably a lot of limit orders were set there as well. If you're looking at, Fibonacci levels, I would have set one there too. So it could just be, there's some bullish takes there. Obviously, Enclaves, shout out to you. You're probably watching now, brother. Josh is always good. He's 50K. Few people want 30K. I think
I don't know if we go that deep. Yeah.
All in at 20K. Obviously, there's going to be a few piss takes here.
This is a controversial comment just here. I buy every single day. I'm a miner. Well, wait till the next article that we bring up. That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. I saw. Yeah. 7,000. That's great. Every price, doo-doo, shout out to you. 70K, geez, that's some. Okay, you can't take much out of those comments. Shit.
But like commenting is one thing, but actually buying is another thing. So I'm intrigued to see who is actually buying, because that guy who said he's a miner, it clashes with this ginormous, which is crazy. Bitcoin miner Cango sold $305 million of Bitcoin during the market slump to fund an AI shift. We spoke about this weeks ago, Craig. We said AI is the new speculative hot thing that people will try and make money in, no longer crypto. Crypto is matured as an asset class. And that's why the dog shit altcoins that we talk about that are going to zero and will continue to go to zero, so many people can't comprehend. Bitcoin is king. Learn that. Trade trends amongst that, but Bitcoin is king, okay? And it's so evident here that miners don't even see value anymore. I think they're mining at a higher rate than where price currently is, or it's around that, which is pretty crazy. And so it makes a lot of sense. If you've been mining for a long time, you probably made a lot of money. But two, to go and fund AI shift probably makes a lot of sense. I would probably be doing the same thing, Craig. Would you?
Yeah, I agree. I see why they're doing it. Like you said, they want to take a dabble in something new, shiny. Obviously, potential upside being quite high. I get it. And you and I have spoken about this for a while. I mean, you can even tell on crypto Twitter, on CT, people have shifted from crypto to AI, if not through investing, at least through posts and threads and education. And that's been a massive, probably over the last 6 months. There's probably more posts on AI than almost crypto sometimes. So no, it makes sense. And I guess, again, that's bear market stuff. These news articles will come out more and more. We're going to be told more and more how the interest is no longer there in crypto. And not the only time, but when we start to go up is when most people are gone. That's when we'll start to go up, I think. So more people need to leave the room. Miners need to leave. People need to crash out of crypto. They need to say, this is not coming back. All the FUD will start. China's going to ban Bitcoin again for the 7,000th time. Russia's going to ban something.
I read an article about that. Yeah, it's a crime. It is a crime to trade, own, dabble, gamble in China, in crypto in any capacity. I read that literally the last few days. Yeah,
so I think you'll see more and more of these articles, and it's just going to make the bear market. That's why the time capitulation is riskier, because it's waking up every day, your bags are down. Let me check the news. More bad news, more bad news, more bad news, more bad news, to the point where after months and months and months and months, you'll be convinced that this was just a blip, a moment in time, and crypto's over. But in my experience, crypto's been over so many times, dude. I've watched so many collapses now. Like, you would have seen even more than me, you know. And I've seen, just in the 5 years, I've probably seen 5 to 10. Like, it's all over moments. Bigger ones probably more like 3 to 4. But I mean, FTX was massive, right? That was massive. The amount of time I saw the China's banning Bitcoin FUD in 21, man, that was the big one back then. People really got afraid of that. It came to nothing because you can't stop Bitcoin. That's the problem. That's why banks are having to adopt it, because they couldn't kill it. They tried in the early days. They went hard. For people that weren't here in 2017 to 2022, there was a massive attack on crypto, man. Banks did not want to have it. They hated it. They made it illegal. You couldn't even send it from your bank to an exchange. You get your funds blocked. Banks are still doing it now. There was a big attack on crypto, and then eventually crypto won. So it's not going anywhere. But unfortunately, in a bear market, we're going to hear FUD, lots of FUD. But in this particular article here, I can see why they're doing it. That's perhaps not FUD, but it's just interesting that the articles this has probably been happening for a while, but now it's when they talk about it.
Yeah, it's profit taking. Like, it's smart profit taking from a business that's made probably 300 million, if not more, if they haven't sold already, right? I mean, it's a portion. It's a portion, apparently, according to this article. So interesting. Smart move. I think that's the smart move. Like, I mean, it's, if you're a miner, definitely the smart move. If you're an accumulator or a retail participant, it's a very different trade in my opinion. Tom Lee continued to add more Ether this week, holding to 4.3 million tokens worth about $8.7 billion. The current price just above 2,000. Does it tell us what his average buy is? Yeah, here. Average buy is 3,826. He has a long way to go.
You would argue.
Yeah, I mean, price is at what, $2,000? So he's still got about a 40 to 50% correction before he can even average down to where price currently is right now. So, dude,
How's this BCA so bad?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Average price so bad? Like,
will this age well? Will, in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, do you think this ages well? Or does ETH just go back to 5K and reject yet again in the next bull cycle, Craig? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it could do. It did it this time. Look, I mean, it could age well, and it probably does age well, but aging well, like, that almost feels like he just timed the market poorly to me, and he's just got to hang in there now for it to age well. But in between, like, he's going to be underwater now probably for so long.
It makes no sense.
Years, maybe. So I don't know, man. If he just timed his entries better, he wouldn't have to wait it out like he is.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just find it surprising these guys. Yeah.
And you've got to think too, where would ETH be if he didn't buy 4.3 million tokens? If he didn't plow $9 billion into it, where would Ethereum be, Craig? Arguably,
900.
It would be nearly 3 figures. So Ethereum's market cap is 243 billion. So he only owns a certain amount of the supply, but a small percentage. But it's fascinating. Ethereum Tether is at 184 billion. Well, I think Tether could flip Ethereum. Has that happened before? Has that happened in previous bear markets where Tether was worth more than a stablecoin's worth more than the second largest asset in crypto? I don't know.
Oh man, I don't know. No,
interesting.
Neither. I'm not too sure.
Wow, Solana's suffering severely, and which is why I'm just not bullish in any capacity on any other chain. Like, it just makes me no sense. Like, Solana was the consensus trade over the last few years, and people, like, it's inflationary as well. So what are you reacting to?
I'm just reacting to looking at the chart for the first time in a little while.
On Solana.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was $82.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Where you a buy of Solana, Greenie? Where does it start to be offensive? Not interested?
30, 40, 50, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll buy a bit because you have to trade on chain. but I'm not interested. Like, this is the thing that people will get wrong. Okay, meme coins will always thrive. There'll be another meme coin cycle, of course. But if Solana is inflationary, that's a big issue for me. If people are starting to switch on that, well, as an asset, it kind of outperformed throughout 22 to 23 to 24, 25. The founder is like not even like that bullish on his token anymore, is what I read a lot of. Again, is that CT FUD? Who knows? So for me, I don't know. I don't know. I just like from a narrative perspective, it's very different to where we were even just like not that long ago, Craig. And I mean, if we look at the chart, it's still got lower to go. Like it looks like that's not what I want to do. I want to do that. So
Yeah.
it bounced off its 786, which exactly aligns with the monthly FEG here. But there's 3 monthly. Like I said, like it needs to hit at least 50% for me to be keen, and that probably aligns with way back over here in an extent too. Like I mean, the worry here, if we just clean this chart up a little bit, is that you actually have back-to-back FVGs here, all right? You got a gap here to there, right? So this probably remains my high time frame target, around $48, okay? Back-to-back FVGs, I mean, back-to-back-to-back FVGs on a 3-month candle, $48 probably makes sense for me to consider what is the reaction of Solana at $48. Where is Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin, and I mean, I want to pull up that chart here. Where is Bitcoin on the quarterly? Where is Bitcoin on the monthly? Are they closer to forming a bottom in terms of market structure in price? Or is stochastic, no dramas, is stochastic still coming down aggressively like we see at the top? So for me, Solana and a lot of tokens, like any memes, most altcoins, like, oh, Hyperliquid is below $29 now. Love to see it. And again, it's dumping the hardest. Who spoke about that? Who spoke about Hyperliquid dumping the hardest? Hey, because it held up the best, right? And this is a clear deviation above and distribution above a high over here. So Hyperliquid is definitely correcting here and will likely, yeah, this is the first test, 28 to 26. Let's see what the reaction is in here. Okay, but you've got an FEG here, all right? You've got an FEG from here to here on whatever time frame this is, the daily. So, I mean, if I put the daily in there, and so this is probably my level, is probably 26.4. Watch what reaction is there as price comes in. Okay, it comes in here. Do we wick in, grab that and break out, or do we wick in, consolidate, and then continue down into the weekly order block and then make a decision again? So I would argue it's probably going to do something like this. Okay, trade back in, lose it, come back in here, grab all of this, probably lose it and play back down into this region. And then we start to maybe see it like form a bottom, and then it starts to break out again. Like that's probably something along these lines is exactly what will happen to Hyperliquid. Is it'll come down, it'll test this daily FVG, it'll probably grab the liquidity there. It might bounce around that 26 to 28, probably come up here, under test, retest, underside retest of this, reject, okay, and head back to the weekly order block down here between 22 and 24. If we lose that, we start to head back towards liquidity down in this vicinity, okay? That's where I start to get really interested in Hyperliquid is down in that level. Craig, who spoke about Hyperliquid being the most bearish token because it held up the best? It's down now below $29. And I said this at 37. I said this at 33. I said this at 34. It is going to correct harder because it held up better during the most recent correction. That's how price works. Trust me, I've looked at tens of thousands of charts. I've spent tens of thousands of hours, which, if you guys know, if you spend over 10,000 hours, that makes you an expert. Does make you an expert, okay? So, yeah, look, looks like, as I just said, watch the daily FEG here, watch the fibs here at the golden pocket. Expecting probably a bounce there or consolidation, but arguably the weekly order block remains the high time frame level for me to be watching here. And if we lose that, if we lose this weekly order block down here, definitely, do we start to come back into this? Like, I mean, let's go to the monthly. Like, yeah, we start to come back into this area, which a lot of people just won't. Like, this is what I mean. Like, you got to be patient in a bear market. Time is more important. Time is vastly more important than price for me. And as I said yesterday too, if Hyperliquid is going to show bearishness against BTC, which it's down 6% already, okay. Watching this level, like a correction down into here, okay, it could go deeper, watching this level. But if it goes deeper than that, then I think this is where you get real opportunities. So again, guys, you're here. If you're watching here, you're in the right place because we give you real-time analysis. We also prepare you for moves before they happen. And there is so much evidence right there, right now. So clip that lever and get it out there ASAP because that is proof. in the pudding of the clips that we've been putting out over the past week or so. But back to Solana, Craig. I wanted to touch base on that. Look, there's nothing about this chart that screams bullish at all. Like you've lost a trend that it held since March 2024 for the first time with monthly closure. That shows me that we have a long way to go. Okay, whether the long way to go is something like this, whether the long way to go is something like this, and then we do something like that, we have a long way to go with Solana. I could easily see this trade back towards the $30 range. Very much so. Probably the first target, as I said before, is around high 40s. High 40s is probably my high time frame level for Solana.
I've started to see people on the timeline now start to talk about it being inflationary and it being a concern. And I hadn't seen that really. I mean, I know it was inflationary and you and I have spoken about it. Yeah. But it's the first time I saw it on the timeline and being raised as quite a concern. Yeah. A bit more than, this is like this, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. And people saying, what can we do and stuff like that. So, interesting that people are waking up to that or now addressing that as a concern and what happens to it moving forward. Mm-hmm. I'm quite interested to see what this does in the bear and in the next bull. Will it be the darling of the next run? Maybe not, huh? Maybe not. No. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with this token. E.g., what I mean is if I was to buy back in. Maybe if it's super discounted, right? Like you just spoke about, like $40 or like a ridiculously low bear market price. But it's probably not a bad, like I'll probably still grab some of it for the next bull, just in case. I think memes will probably continue to thrive there. I don't know. It's so tainted compared to 2 years ago.
Yeah, 100%. It's a very different, and this is the thing, like you need to adapt. If the market is adapting, you need to adapt, and often you need to front run that. So if you want to front run that, click the subscribe button, click the follow button, because we give you that narratives before they play out, okay? We were bearish on this at $250, okay? It's down 70% from there. And obviously, check out GTG, okay? You can join us there and learn even more from myself, from Craig, and from many other traders and the community members as well. The link is in the description down below. It's crazy. So when you see things like this, where Solana has the most amount of revenue compared to other assets, or it has the largest revenue that it's seen for a long time on its chain, you need to remember that, dude, I swear I saw something this morning that it had such a significant amount of volume over the past 24 hours or something. Anyways, if you see volume on Solana, okay, or revenue on Solana, that is bearish, right? Because it means more tokens are, it's inflationary. It actually is, it's counterintuitive to price and market cap, right? So yeah, sick, it's having a lot of volume, but the token's value is going down every time there's more volume on the chain. That's how it works as an inflationary token. So that's the real concern for me. And this is something I've been alluded to for a long time, for months and months. So it's nice to see that other people are catching on to that as well. And like I said, with the hyperliquid trade, like if it's a consensus that it's very bullish, if it's a consensus that hyperliquid's going to outperform in the years to come, we aren't at a fair evaluation of where price needs to be, okay? People need to get fudded out. People need to be boarded out, and time capitulation, like we will keep banging on or out for the next few months, Craig, is a real thing, okay? It's a real thing. And this is clear distribution, all right? If you know anything about trading, if you don't know anything about trading, as I said before, join us in GTG. But if you know anything about trading, you grab the liquidity over here, okay? Grab this liquidity, particularly out at Fib Confluence. Treat this like a range. You have a distribution, you start to close below that, and bang, this starts to trade back towards the mid-range of that range. Then you watch the reaction here, and then likely if it loses the mid-range, it heads to the bottom of the range. Particularly when the rest of the market dumps off, and this doesn't, it's a recipe for stay patient, it's going lower. Now, unfortunately, I didn't realize this. I thought my short was open. I only opened a 3x short. I must have moved my stop loss to break even at some point. I do not remember, because I got stopped at break even at about $34. And then when I went to check yesterday, I was like, oh, hold on, the hype's at 29. I'll be in a great short. It was closed. And I was like, are you serious? So that's another lesson, okay, is don't be so aggressive. Let trends play out, okay, particularly on a day time frame. It's going to take, or a 3-day time frame. It's going to take probably a few weeks for it to play out, okay? That's how analysis works. Higher time frame, higher, longer term trade, right? Lower time frame, lower time frame trade, and less time to hold it. So, Craig, We spoke about where we were bullish previously on buying a bit of hyperliquid. I expected it to hold up a little bit better for longer. Now that it's dipping faster more recently, I start to change where I get keen to buy this. I actually think it's going lower now because it's doing this. So I know previously I said, look, around 26, 28 is probably where I start to consider, but I actually think this starts to trade back towards 22, 24 at that weekly order block. What are you, again, you haven't bought any Bitcoin either. So talk to us about your strategy with Hyperliquid and Bitcoin right now.
Yep. So Bitcoin, looking for that 60 tap again. I want 60, I'll buy. And then Hyperliquid, yeah, between 20 and 20. Probably, I want quite a big discount on that. Probably 20 to 20, 20 to 24, but probably we're more like 20 to 22. Yeah. I'd really like, but yeah, anywhere in that. I will aggressively buy it anywhere below 20 if we see it. I wonder if this dips harder than we think.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think we might get a good buy on this. I think this. Yeah, I think $20. Maybe we even see a bit lower, dude.
Maybe. Oh yeah, if it doesn't hold this,
like a nice capitulation.
It trades into $15 region. Probably this trades into that. Probably trades into this. Okay, so that's 16, and that first target there is about 18. I'd say that would be your level. Sort of 18 through to 15 is probably where it would trade back at the 886. So yeah, I mean, and if it starts to lose that, then yeah, we revisit my target that I said for a long time, $10 to $12. But hey, we're talking this probably takes weeks, months to play out if it does happen. Okay, so do be aware of that. But yeah, it's nice to see our analysis yet again, Craig. This is all unscripted. This is live. I am live right now. Look, I'm live. I'm touching myself. And it's nice to see that our intuition, our analysis, our understanding of fundamental trends, our understanding of how crypto works, our understanding of bear markets and bull markets to bear markets rotation and capitulation from price and time is giving you all an educational live stream every single day. So I love that. Okay, probably last topic before we leave today. As I said earlier, shorter stream purely because we're jumping on with Brand again and my voice. I need to protect the voice, the moneymaker. I need to protect it. But the worry here for me, Craig, is Bitcoin. On a monthly and quarterly chart, it's still severely bearish, and everyone's like, oh, we're rallying. Like everyone's still in my comment section is New York Times in 26, Granny. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, not a chance. Not a chance. When you look at the 3-month, the 2-month, the 1-month charts, we have significant time pressure to the downside, okay? We look here, it's 108 pivot. That means at the end of March, if Bitcoin closes below 108, which is currently $40,000 a month where price is, then pressure continues to the downside. This is the first cross, okay? This is the first cross of this bear cross, right? On the 3 months, stochastic momentum, since the bull cycle started way back here. Okay, now this does not time the bottom. And I think that's a lesson here that I want to reiterate, is that this does not time the bottom, nor does it time the top. Okay, but it gives you a great insight into when the trend starts to flip. Okay, so if we look at the cross previously, you can't quite get it exactly sometimes, but I'll try and do my best. And then I want that one. Okay, so if we have a look here, historically, the 3-month stochastic is a fantastic indicator for basically confirming a cycle shift from bull to bear or bear to bull. And so if we have a look more recently, it is flipping, okay, for the first time into the bearish at the extension of the 80th percentile for the first time above there. That, mind you, brutal bear market ahead. I'm telling you, brutal bear market ahead, all right? In terms of time, not price, but time. If we have a look there, a long way to go, Craig. Maybe we don't go all the way down. As you can see here, we only ever went to about the 40th percentile. So say we get to the 50th, like, look at this, like it's October 27 before we could see it flip again, and 640 days. Okay, keep that number in your mind, because 640 days is how long it took for this to flip back to bullish. Okay, 640. All right, look at this. 640. Oh no, that was a little bit longer this one. 730. That one. So 700 days before you get confirmation on a 3-month quarterly chart that the trend is confirmed to be bullish again. All right. So in theory, that's 2 years, nearly 2 years.
be a long wait, man.
Exactly why you need to understand price. Okay, news events, narratives, trends. Price shows you everything you need to know. Price creates the narratives for you. News events just fast track that price action once it's already confirmed. All right, that's a lesson itself. So if we have a look, it also shows you, as I said before, it's not going to time the bottoms. Okay, if we look at this one here, it didn't necessarily time the bottom, but if you notice, okay, it showed you, okay, there's the bull trend, okay? It still gave you an opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin at 26K, okay? Let's go back to the last cycle. Did it time the bottom? No, price went way lower than that. But as it shows you again, it confirmed when the cycle started to shift, okay, from a corrective period to a breakout expensive period, okay? And you still had Bitcoin at 6 grand before it ran up to 69. That's a 10x last cycle, okay? And the same again, if I go back and have a look here, did it time the bottom in the 2017, 2016 bull market? No. Okay. But if you're trading exactly off this indicator consistently, okay, you're entering the trade here and you're taking profit here as soon as it closes. That was a 36x. Okay. This cycle or the previous cycle. All right. Let's look at that. It was if you closed here, it was a 6.7x. Okay. And what about this cycle? All right. If we look at this, okay, you could have opened it here when it crossed and closed here when it crossed. It was a 3.2x. I promise you in the space, that's again over a 2-year period. Where else are you guaranteeing returns like that consistently over a long period of time? So indicators like this are sensational. We educate about this in GTG. And this is why I'm telling you, follow people like us who give you realistic price-based analysis, because price does not lie.
No, it definitely does. I want to ask you, Greeny, just before we go, and this is completely off topic, so this is going to throw you. Do you know anything? I know what we need to wrap up, but just real quick, because I'm interested to know what the hell this is, because I saw Luca comment layer 0.
Yeah, well, layer 0 is remember when there was a way back in the day when layer 0 was before even Pengu and everything like that. Layer 0 is basically an EVM compatible product, let's call it. That isn't layer 2, that isn't layer 1. Okay, it's net 0 basically. That allows people to trade between all the different EVMs. And initially, if you sent your little pudgy penguins or your pudgy penguins across it, you got the airdrop for it or something like that. So this is going back, like, I'm very vague on the details, but 2 years rings a bell. But like middle of the bear market last time was the last time I heard about it. But what's the chat happening at the moment?
I just saw Luca comment on it, and it's starting to get heaps of posts. I'm just trying to, are they launching? What the hell? I was trying to figure out what it is. Is it basically, not basically, I'm trying to figure out what the hell it is.
It's okay. So I haven't looked into this for years, but basically, ZK knowledge, which is zero knowledge proofs to decouple execution, 0 transactions, as I said, validators. To understand, you must first understand blockchain. This is so technical, probably not worth it for our viewers, but
I thought.
But this is something to be aware of again. But like, it goes back to the same theory. It's just another version of a layer 2, layer 1 that we're emerging. But if it is 0, it's cheap, it's fast, easy to use. I do know that pudgies are associated with it, right? Look, you can. They go into great detail here. It seems, which just, wow, dude, there's some smart people out there.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I'll have a read over this and digest it for the retards in the room like me, so we can all understand. I'll have a read, guys. Probably a silly question to ask you. I was just trying to figure out.
This is so long. This is so long, bro. Holy.
See, Luca's all over this. Maybe he owns a stake in it or something.
Yeah, I would. That's the point of view I was going to say is, he definitely owns a stake in this and would have invested, in my opinion.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so it's nothing to do with the abstract secret thing that he was. He's got that project.
Arguably, this is a competitor to abstract. One would say.
Yeah, that's what that was kind of why I raised it, because I was like, hang on, am I reading this wrong, or maybe not? What the hell?
It's interesting. It's alternative to existing, but it provides credible alternative to centralized cloud like AWS by stripping away the overhead. Maybe it works in collaboration with abstract. Maybe that's why it's bullish. I'm not sure. Again, I haven't read the tech. I'm not really a tech savvy person. / I don't want to spend time doing that when I'm doing other things. So, but no, good, interesting, very interesting, Craig, very interesting. So
I'll try to figure it out. I'll speak about it tomorrow. I think you're away tomorrow, aren't you, Greeny? So it'll be me.
I am away tomorrow, yes, and I've sent you all the docs and everything you need, so it should be sweet.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Well, maybe we'll wrap it up there because we've got Breen in an hour, guys. We're going to jump on stream with him, so that should be a good chat. No idea what we're going to talk about, but I'll tell you what I thought about. I thought, gee, it's going to be nice not to lead or like you and I leading the show. Just let him ask whatever he wants to ask.
I don't think, yeah, it's pretty rare. Like I've been on the Badogo show a couple of times, and I went on with Tyler and who else was on that show one time with me? Was it Farouk? No, Farouk was away. Maybe Mando. I don't know. But I was on a show with those guys, and it was weird not to be the host. You know, it's a shift in perspective.
It is. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so we'll catch everyone. If you haven't seen the tweet, Green and I both put out tweets. Going to jump on with Breen in an hour almost exactly. So that should be a great little chat, and I'll try to digest some of the information about Layer Zero, come back and chat to you guys, and it'll be me perhaps solo. I did ask Happy if he wants to jump on, so I will wait and see. Otherwise, I might try wrangle someone else to join me. Otherwise, yeah, just be me riding solo.
Yeah, excellent. No, thanks for hanging with us, guys. As always, I won't see you tomorrow, so have a good Thursday. I'll see you back again on Friday, our time. But yeah, no, yeah, I hope you guys appreciate the analysis like this, because I don't think anyone else is doing this literally in the timeline or on YouTube or anywhere. So smash the follow, smash the sub, support us, and we'll support you. That's what the goal is. Symbiosis relationship.